So let's talk about some crazy girl shit. Because, like, I am so excited for my first Uranus square now. And just want to talk about my little inkling story time now that Uranus is in Gemini. Just to get you excited and to share my personal experience. Because, like, you got to embrace the change. And it's really so much about, like, any of this change is going to happen now. That we're in this, like, Uranus and Gemini, Aquarius and Pluto and Aquarius. Sorry, I can't speak. This era of just, like, mass chaos, communication, AI. It's going to happen either way. It's just, do you approach it with an open, light, unbiased mindset? And for me, I'm a Gemini rising. You should always know your narrator. You should know who you're listening to, who you're taking advice from, just so you can, like, always just be like, okay, maybe he's over exaggerating, or, like, just with anyone, know your sources. And, like, people love to say Uranus because it was discovered later. It's not one of the 7 traditional planets. They say it's, this is a higher octave of Mercury, which I'm not going to explain what an octave is. The same note, but just higher if you're not a musician. But, like, I partly see it, yeah, because Uranus is actually ruled by Aquarius, not Gemini, like Mercury. But my chart ruler is Mercury, so I generally relate to this a lot. And I'm currently 21, about to go through my first Uranus square, which will happen when Uranus enters 3 degrees of Gemini, because natally I have 3 degrees Pisces in my 10th house. Like, I've been recently crazily, like, just rediscovering my relationship to Uranus. I never actually fully discovered that. It's in my 10th house, and it's like a 10th house perfection year. I never actually put that together and, like, I'm meant to be seen as publicly crazy, not just like a normal person. Oh, this is hard to work your 9 to 5. Da da da. Let's go to the gym. Let's get sexy and pump. And let's get these girls. No, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the crazy girl shit that gets us down in our feels. And, like, the cool thing about astrology and religion is, like, you have to have faith in something. No, I don't think planets are actually controlling my life. But am I using it in a mindful way to improve my life? Yes, and I hope you can too. It's like, you don't have to prove everything, but it's like, it's literally just pattern recognition and be like, yeah. Double check your facts when you're in Mercury retrograde. Because I put, I was oiling my valves on my horn, and I put the slide grease instead of, like, the slide oil, and it was just the wrong thing. And I was like, Mercury retrograde. Like, it's just like a little mindfulness that can help your life be a little better. That's why I love astrology. But currently, I'm so excited for this Uranus square for me, and also my Saturn square that's about to happen, because I nearly have my moon is square my Saturn in Aries. And, like, I've just been going through it the past 2 or 3 years with everything. You're on Saturn and Neptune squaring my whole Sagittarius stellium, and when they were in Pisces. But now I'm realizing, Uranus is a cool girl shit, because we're all living life in, like, the college blueprint of following a way of life that is so outdated. We're living in a 1950s, like, blueprint for life. It's like, no, not everyone needs to go to college to be successful. The internet, how I'm talking to you right now, is the Wild West. There are no rules. Like, goddamn, go for it. Do whatever the hell you want. It's the 21st century, and you live my own life. And, like, I'm realizing, I need to disappoint my parents more and disappoint some of my loved ones, because I'm not trying to be them. I'm trying to be myself. And, like, that's just been amazing. Excuse me. But, yeah, I'm also just realizing everything about my 10th house in Uranus. So, like, let's go crazy. But, okay, time for the actual story time. 3-4 minutes in, because I'm incoherent. But essentially, this happened right when Uranus and Venus were conjunct in, like, the energetic degree of 29 degrees Taurus, 0 degrees Gemini. But, okay, so I, like, started talking to this dude on Instagram. He slid into my DMs back in, like, October, November of 2025. It was during a Mercury retrograde. I was like, I don't know where this is gonna go. He lives in a completely different state. Did not expect much. He works in the same, like, music field that I do, and he also likes cycling. So, like, 2 really close things in common. But he slid in my DMs like, I was like, I did a sports, like, story thing, and he, like, said Patriots instead because he's from New England. And then we just started talking there. I got game, so I was flirting back, and there was just, like, really good banter. And long over text, I was like, is this how we talk in real life? I don't know. He's in a completely different state. I was like, yeah, I would fly to a different city for a man. The story later goes, I did. But I was like, I didn't want to pay for it, like to go to Boston for him. I was like, ugh. And then works out like in April. Recently, he was just in Rochester for a weekend for like part of his job, selling some stuff. And then we like met at a bar, like Sunday night. It was after like my whole opera show week, and it was so nice. Great chemistry, great banter. We got along very well. And then it was so nice. We went back to the hotel. We like biked a little bit and like the streets, which was nice just to like cycle together. And then we went back to the hotel, and he had like a rule of like no hookups first, like me, which I was like, okay, I respect. But it's low-key so hot because we were just getting along so well, and like the kiss, how make out, but it was like a tease, but we knew it wasn't going further. But it was just chef's kiss. And then I obviously met him the next morning, and then we ended up hooking then. And it was just a great chemistry person in and outside the bedroom. And then like 2 weeks later, essentially, he flew me out to Boston. He paid like $450, like round trip, all my flight tickets. And I was like, wow, he got money. He wants me. He wants my coochie. And like, we've only done oral. Like, it's been great so far. I'm more of an oral girly than anal at the end of the day. It's like, you don't need to follow the traditional boundaries of sex. So like, it says penetration and it ends there. No, sex is so much more than that. But basically flew me out to Boston for like, during this like Uranus entering Gemini, entering my first house. From my sun house, it's entering my relationship house. I'm like, oh, conjunct Venus. I was like, this is a relationship glory. And like, he likes me for being my wild, like chaotic self. Like, he's pro like my like sexually liberated side, which like sometimes I had to hide or diminish for other people, which is like so sad but so true. But just like also nice. Had a good amount of hookups. Went out to like many good restaurants. Went to a bar and like met one of his friends already, which like, oh, so you want to show me off? You don't want to keep me like a secret like other men have. And it was just like, wow. Because he's like, okay, I respected his privacy. I didn't want to be taking many photos and like doing everything because like he's a high successful man. But he's like, oh, you didn't hide me or downplay me. I was like, yes, I matured for my age. And some people think I'm an old soul and like I can talk to anyone. And I was like, yeah, I get along with your 40-year-old music theory friends. Like, of course, because I can talk and like I'm just down to earth. And it was such a good time. And like, I hope he's my husband one day. If he's not, in a few years I'll just laugh saying that. Only God, the stars, knows what's in store for me. But it was just a chaotically like beautiful weekend. And like, I told a few of my friends I went, but some people didn't even know that I was gone for the weekend. They just thought I was living a normal life in Rochester. But no, I'm out here exploring shit. And yeah, expect and approach Uranus with like an open, curious like mind. What are your thoughts, experiences with Uranus and Gemini so far? I'm curious to see if you're having a good time. Are you scared? Any crazy shit? But yeah, let me know. I just want to hear about your experience. Stay woke, stay sexy, live it up.